Welcome back to the Beach Bum Bookworm. I am Tiffany. I'm so glad y'all found me again today. My channel is all about cozy mysteries and romance books, and today we are continuing our fall spooktacular Ghost Cozy Mystery series. We've done and covered A and B authors. Now this video is going to cover authors whose last names start in C and D. So get your notepads ready, and your TBRs for October are going to be full soon. Oh my gosh, mine is so overflowing, like full already. And I'm still going to, so I've covered witches, I'm covering ghosts right now, but I'm still going to look at vampires and a couple other things. I have no idea how I'm going to fit all that I want to read in October. So what I want from you in the comments, please, 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 is to tell me when you hear some of these books, which are your favorite, because I want to fit in as much as I can. And right now, I need like 6 months worth of October to be able to fit in all the spooky books that I want to read. All right. On your way down to comment, don't forget to stop, hit the subscription and the notification bell. That's going to tell you when I put out new videos each and every week and keep my channel growing. All right, let's get to it. We're looking at Ghost Cozy Mysteries in 3, 2, 1, go. The first series that we have is Relatively Dead series. The first book is called Relatively Dead. It'll be right here. This is by Sheila Connolly. Sheila Connolly sadly passed away, and I think it was 2020, might be the end of 2019, but man, I think everyone can relate to this. 2020 felt like it was like dog years, like 7 years of time in the 12 months that we experienced it. So I could be off on that. I wanted to bring it up because somebody has taken over her writing, and so cool, it's her daughter. And I don't know if she's picking up all her series, but I know that there's a series, not new, that has a new book coming out in it. And so I went and looked it up because I was like, oh, someone must be writing for her, obviously. And it's her daughter, which I think is very, very cool and exciting because I really enjoyed a couple of her series. So I'm so glad to see that. In this one, the main character is Abby Kimball. She sees ghosts. So it says, Abby Kimball has just moved to New England with her boyfriend and is trying to settle in. But the experience is proving to be quite unsettling, to say the least. While on a tour of local historic homes, Abby witnesses a family scene that leaves her gasping for breath, because the family has been dead for a century. Another haunting episode follows, and another, until it seems Abby that everything she touches is drawing her in and calling her to the past. Abby would doubt her sanity if it weren't for Ned Newhall, the kind and knowledgeable guide on that disturbing house tour. Rather than tell her she's hallucinating, Ned takes an interest in Abby's strange encounters and encourages her to figure out what is going on. 6 books in that series. Wowzers, that sounds interesting. Next up, we have the Sweet Pepper Fire Brigade. I read the first book in this series. I enjoyed it. The only reason that I haven't continuing this series is because I have like 200 series going. Okay, that might be an exaggeration, but probably, no joke, in between 100 and 200 going. Because when you're new to cozies, I think that at least this is so when I found cozies and I was like, oh my gosh, these are amazing, I wanted to like try everything, and now this is where I am. But thanks to the Serious About Series challenge that Elizabeth from Lizzie Faye Loves Books, I'll put her link in the description below, because if you have not checked out her YouTube channel, you need to. She created this challenge. You put 21 series on a list that you want to really, really progress or finish in the year 2021. And oh my gosh, that list has really, really, really helped me condense some of the series that I have going so I can continue with series like this that have been put on the wayside because I really enjoyed it. Let's talk about it. The main character is Stella Griffin. She's a fire chief in Tennessee, but the ex-fire chief who's deceased helps her, talks with her, so she's seeing this ghost of the ex-fire chief. The first book is called That Old Flame of Mine. It's right here. It says, after knocking the lights out of her cheating boyfriend, Chicago firefighter Stella hops on her Harley and heads for Sweet Pepper, Tennessee, where she ends up becoming the small town's fire chief. When her dear friend Tori dies after her gingerbread-style house is set ablaze, Stella suspects arson and foul play. As Stella investigates, she gets the help from a most unlikely source, the ghost of Eric Gamlin, Sweetbriar's old fire chief. 4 books in that series. I'm reading it and I'm like, ooh, I need to get to number 2 because I really, really enjoyed the first one. It was a lot of fun. The next series is the Haunted Guest House Mystery Series. This is by E.J. Copperman. The first book is called Night of the Living Deed. The main character is Allison Kirby, who's a divorced single mom and a guest house owner, and Paul and Maxie, who are ghosts in the Jersey Shore, or at the Jersey Shore. Newly divorced, Allison Kirby wants a second chance for herself and for her 9-year-old daughter. So she's returned to her hometown on the Jersey Shore to transform a fixer-upper into a charming and hopefully profitable guest house. But when a bump on her head leaves her seeing not only stars, but spirits, Allison realizes the real challenge she's facing is out of this world. The 2 residing ghosts are Maxie Malone, the foul-tempered former owner of the house, who has definite opinions about Allison's design plans, and Paul Harrison, a private eye who'd been working for Maxie, who both died in the house on the same night. The official cause of death was suicide, but the guests insist they were murdered. The ghost insists they were murdered, and they need Allison to help find out who killed them. 10 books in that series. I think that sounds so cute. Not only, I love feisty people, but now you got a feisty ghost trying to tell you how to decorate your home. Love it. Can't wait. If you've read it, let me know what you think. The next series, oh my gosh, it is one of my absolute favorites. You've heard me talk about it if you've been around this channel. It is the Pepper Martin series by Casey Daniels. The first book is called Dawn of the Dead, right here. Dawn spelled like a mafia Dawn. Our main character is Pepper Martin. She is a cemetery tour guide in Ohio. So I'm just going to give you the rundown instead of the synopsis on book 1. So Pepper has lived a life of a spoiled socialite, and her father, who is a prominent, I think he was a surgeon, something like that, is taken to prison for a white-collar crime, embezzlement, something along that line. And they seized all of his assets. Now she's never worked. She doesn't have any skills, nothing. On top of her father having that happen and all of her assets being seized, her fiance leaves her. So she has no means of an income, nothing. And again, no skills. So she takes the only job she can find, which is the cemetery tour guide that we were talking about. As she's giving a tour or walking through the cemetery, I don't remember, it's been a very long time since I've read these, she falls and conks her head on a tombstone. And now she can see ghosts and talk with them. And they know that she can see them and hear them. So they are begging for her help to solve some of their mysteries of what happened to them. The first one is particularly a great one. It's a mafia don named Gus. I loved Gus so much. I wish he would have been a side character through the series. Gosh, he was so much fun. This is such an amazing series. If you have not checked it out, you really, now is the perfect opportunity with fall. I'm telling you, you won't be disappointed. Next up, we have the Ghost-in-Law mystery series. This is by Jana De Leon. The first book is called Trouble in Mudbug. The main character is Marcy. She is a botanist, and Sabine, her best friend, and Helena Henry, who is her mother-in-law and a ghost in Louisiana. So we have Marcy, who's a botanist, and then her best friend, Sabine, and then Helena, who is her mother-in-law, who is a ghost. This series takes place in Louisiana. I just recently read the first book in Jana De Leon's other series, the Misfortune series, and it is my favorite read of 2021 to this day. And we're towards the end of the year. So that is saying, I would give it 6 cups of coffee. I don't know if I've ever gave a 6. I mean, I've enjoyed other books that much, but I just don't know if I've ever officially said, honestly, I've really enjoyed it. So when I saw this, I was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to be checking this one out. So it says, scientist Marcy I'm not going to try to pronounce the last name, thought that a lot of her problems had gone away with her mother-in-law's death. The woman was rude, pushy, and manipulative. Oh no. And used her considerable wealth to run herd over the entire town of Mudbug, Louisiana. Unfortunately, death doesn't slow her down one bit. DEA agent Luck is wondering what his undercover assignment investigating the sexy scientist has gotten him into, especially as it seems someone wants her dead. Keeping his secrets while protecting Marcy proves to be easier than fighting his attraction for the brainy beauty. 6 books in that series. Oh my gosh, another feisty ghost. I actually think I have read the first one in this series. I need to look at Goodreads. Goodreads is my lifesaver. The next series that we have for you is the Blackmore Sisters Romantic Cozy Mystery Series. This is by Leanne Dobbs. Book 1 is called Dead Wrong. It'll be right here. The main characters are Morgan and Fiona Blackmore, and they sell crystals and herbal remedies in Maine. Strange things are happening to the Blackmore sisters. Is it all because of a mysterious family secret? Only their cat knows for sure? Morgan and Fiona Blackmore enjoy their simple life in the sleepy oceanside town of Noquit, Maine, where they offer herbal remedies and crystal healing for locals and tourists. Until Morgan is accused of killing the town's shrew, Prudence. Suddenly, the girls find themselves scrambling to find the real killer while they battle a crooked sheriff, planted evidence, and a long list of suspects. Wow. Wow. 9 books in that series. All of these sound like so much fun. So the next series that I have is also by Leanne Dobbs. It's called the Mystic Notch Cozy Mystery Series. The first book is called Ghostly Paws. Cute. The main character in this is Willa Chance. She is a crime journalist who sees ghosts. This takes place in New Hampshire. I don't have the synopsis, but there are 8 books currently in that series. So that wraps up the C&D part of our video. So those are traditionally published, or I found them on traditionally published websites. These moving forward are more independent type of books. There might be some that are traditionally published and I just didn't see them on the other websites. So there you go. They're not in any alphabetical order of any kind. The first one is called the Hannah the Ghost PI Cozy Mystery Series. The first book is called Strangled at the Cinema, right here. This is by Penny Brooke, and there's only 1 book out. It has a really interesting cover, and I love the movie theater, so I'm like, oh, I might have to check that one out too. The next book is Ghostmortem. This is part of the Haunted Everly After. So Happily Ever After, Haunted Everly After. I'm loving the play on words. This is by Regina Welling, and there are currently 7 books out in that series. There's so many Halloween books that I want to read this year. The next one is called Lattes and Spirits, right here. This is part of the Mystic Brews mystery series by Alan Troy, and there are 6 books in that series. That sounds good as well. The next one, the book is called Horribly Haunted in Hillbilly Hollow. It is right here. The series is the Ozark Ghost Cozy Mystery Series. This is by Blythe Baker, and there are 8 books out in that series. That sounds really fun too. Ghost tours. I mean, I get pretty scared, but I just think that it sounds really fun. So the next book that I have also has the same title as before. It's called Ghostmortem, right here. This is by Jane Hinchy, and the series is the Ghost Detective series. There are currently 6 books out in that. It's funny that they have the same name, but it's a good play on words, so I get it. That was our last Ghost Cozy for this part 2 of our Fall Spectacular Ghost Cozy Mystery Series. I'll be continuing, as well as some others. If there's other like fantastical type of spectacular series that you want to see, let me know. I do plan a couple others. I wanted to start early so we could make sure that we got them all in and have our TBRs ready. All right, so until next time, may all your future reads be 5 stars.